Soccer. Good crowd in attendance. A terrific rendition of the national anthem a few moments ago from a group of young people. When I first heard them practicing, Phil, I thought it was a recording. It was so good. And the fans certainly enjoyed that, as we did as well. And there's the official's whistle, and Tobias puts it in play. It's Orlando against Amarillo here at the Civic Center on this Saturday.
Yeah, as we always say, we love the national anthem, as always, the Bombers, and specifically say thank you to all our veterans, active military, and first responders.
Jason Leon, the goalkeeper, out across midfield as he feeds it to Tobias. Guarded there closely by the Bombers' Adrian Miller.
Yeah, Miller is known as El Capitan, and I tell you what, he was giving a roaring, fire-up speech at the half last night prior to the start of the third quarter.
Can you see the keeper, Leon, out all the way up to the yellow line in this three-man back line for Orlando?
Yeah, Jason Leon, a lot like Fredo Chavez.
Yeah, but Fredo doesn't even play this far up.
Yeah. Well, he was last night. He had about 4 or 5 shots on goal last night.
But he's normally not camped up here, which is where Leon is. And
he's actually involved in the passing quite a bit.
If the Bombers obviously can get a takeaway on a ball as they drift a little bit closer on defense, then that could be an easy goal. However, Orlando obviously knows that, and so they like to spread the defense out with this style of offensive play and then feed that in. And here is a good possession for Orlando, and the shot just wide. Our first shot of the day as the Bombers tried to get offensive possession for the first time, could not do it. And Atlético hanging on to the possession.
Shot taken by Alan Moran, who's wearing number 13 tonight instead of number 9, as he did last night.
Moran with, what was it, 1 goal in last night's contest, as Orlando put 5 on the board, but it was the Bombers with 11. And a big outing for, in particular, M. Salea with, again, missing by Moran just on the near side. And the Bombers try to get it to Chavez, and finally do, off the head of Darren Mitchell. So a couple of good possessions so far for Orlando. 2 good looks at a shot, but no goals as of yet. 3 minutes into our first quarter. Bombers will work it up the field now. The all-white uniforms tonight. Here's Darren Mitchell surveying the field. Sends it deep. Kleber got the touch. They'll bring it back out. Canez feeds it down low. That'll go over to Orlando.
Richard Macias, the new player last night, got his first goal for the Bombers last night, and he is replaced there by number 24, Jose Lopez.
Jose also with the goal in last night's contest. Bombers spread things around pretty well, it sounds like. Bombers get the takeaway.
Sort of weird last night. Both goalkeepers had to go out on a 2-minute penalty for illegal touching or handling the ball near the goal.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
No, you don't. And guess who got an unsportsmanlike conduct? Number 6, Miguel Reyes.
Abel Olivas hits that one off the boards. Can't quite get it to Castaneda. Or at least Castaneda couldn't quite get it off that rebound. Nice takeaway there by Castaneda. Just underway, no score. 10:45 to go in the first quarter. Top 2 teams in the South Division.
Miguel Diaz surveying what he wants. There's that big scorer right in front, playing a little defense right now, Tobias.
Bombers, like Orlando was on their first possession, being very deliberate, trying to spread the field, looking for Miguel Reyes at that forward spot. Miller comes to the near side. David Treviso in as well. He had a goal in last night's game. Number 10 for the Bombers.
They played at Dallas Baptist and West Texas A&M. He's from the Metroplex.
Tobias with a little shove. Miller says, "What is that? Why is that not a foul?" I almost fell down.
There was a little chippiness last night, I will say.
They were all friendly, shaking hands before the game, which is good. You know, you can be combatants on the field, but hopefully friends off the field.
Yeah, and when one gets knocked down, you'll see a lot of hands up to help you up off the turf. Brand new turf this year. It looks really nice here at the Amarillo Civic Center.
Bombers send it in to Reyes. He'll drop it back. Miller comes to Soleil on the near side. And with 3 goals in last night's game, Kleber Rodriguez had a couple. Canez had a couple. That one crossed in front of the goal by Reyes. Orlando able to take the possession away. Leon feeds it out. Take away by the Bombers. Rodriguez fighting. Or Soleil, rather. And he can't control it, so back to Orlando. Defensive battle so far, Phil.
So far, very much so. And I think like last night, they were trying to feel themselves out a little bit since they hadn't seen each other, and they wanted to get an idea of what's going on. By the way, Soleil leads with 10 goals for the team.
That shot just deflected away by Fredo Chavez. A beauty of a save to prevent a goal early for Orlando.
Well, Fredo made a big save last night, and this opposite goal just barely got it above the net, and he came down hard on his ankle.
So, just as we said, the defenses are dominating, which they had been. Orlando with a beautifully constructed goal.
And you see over there on the side, Adrian Miller really explaining stuff. Chad Webb is head coach and has been for the entire existence of the Amarillo Bombers soccer team. But I tell you what, he paid, Coach Webb paid a lot of tribute to Adrian Miller and lets him talk. Of course, he's fluent in Spanish, of course, and most of the players are fluent in Spanish.
That doesn't hurt, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Chad probably tells him, and he tells the players. No, they can speak English as well, but you're right. Adrian Miller has been around the block a few times, and he's got some great experience and knowledge to pass along, as does the head coach, Chad Webb. And they both prefer that hairstyle, or the no hairstyle, I guess. I don't know if that's by choice completely or not, but
well, I think by Chad, it's probably not by choice. It's just in his DNA, I guess. But I tell you, I like what Miller does. He can fire him up, and he is only 32 years old. He looks older, but that's as old as he is. I think the oldest player is Darren Mitchell at 35. Lots of experience on this Amarillo team.
And as is usually the case, though, when you get to be that age, you've played in a lot of different leagues with a lot of different teams, and of course, you can pass that experience along, and certainly that was the case in the timeout. Chavez now across midfield. Bombers kind of implementing the same sort of offensive attack as Orlando. See if the strategy pays off. Jose Lopez comes back to Chavez, who sends it right back. Playing chase the entire time is Carros.
Shortest player on that team. Looks like he's about 5'7", maybe. Saw him in the locker room last night, so I'm going to go with 5'7".
Lopez slowly with the dribble comes, and the shot taken, turned away. Fredo almost had the first goal for the Bombers.
Well, he made a good rebound play, heading it over to the right side, and he was ready to hustle back.
Lopez gets loose and bends on the far post for the first goal for the Bombers. Jose Lopez drills it home.
A minute and 12 seconds later, and we are tied at 1 apiece on a great left-handed boot from Jose Lopez.
Had a goal in last night's match and starts strong here tonight. So beautiful goals by both teams to start off this match. And Phil, you're right. We see Frito really playing up, as you said, as far as Leon for Orlando, and really staying up. That's the first time I've seen that strategy for the Bombers this season. That far up and that long up. Now takeaway. Mitchell sends it to the far side. Giving chase is Castaneda.
By the way, Fredo got the assist on the goal by Lopez.
That one over the top of everyone, right to Fredo Chavez. Adrian Miller down the sideline.
Miller back out there directing traffic. Trying to get them set up with something in their offense.
Miguel Diaz also in for the Bombers, along with Castaneda. Miguel Reyes playing forward. And Bombers again. A lot of rotation. Able to leave us in as well. Reyes trapped along the boards. Double teamed. The referee not helping as he applies the third man of the triple team. He was trying his best to get out of the way, just couldn't. And Miguel says, come on. Do you have to be right there?
Miguel likes to discuss things, folks, but he is a good player. 6 goals and 5 assists on the season, and 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
He is an emotional player as well.
Very much so.
But he's a good one. Local boy from Canyon, Texas. Tied at 1 with 5 minutes to play in this first period. And a bad pass by Leon, and Reyes sends it just wide.
Goalkeeper out of position, but he is back now as he'll start the offense.
Poor Miguel almost made him pay for that. That's, again, the risky run. You've got to make really good passes for one, and then either you or a teammate has really got to be able to get back quickly and cover. Boy, a lot of movement, though, without the ball for both of these teams.
Miller shading over on Tobias at this time. Shot to the right.
Good header back to Chavez by Abel Olivas. Pass comes near side for Diaz. It's cleared away. Looked like Kleber Rodriguez was the intended target on that pass. So that'll be a free kick here for the Bombers from the yellow line with 4:07 to go here in this opening quarter.
Diaz will put it into play. 2 at the top of the arch. Or the, it's not a shootout goal, but they're bringing it closer.
Initially why they put it on the yellow line rather than the top of the circle. So now Diaz will take it much closer. Flanked by 2 Bombers. They'll come to Treviso. That shot blocked away, though. Olivas recovers and sends it back deep for Diaz.
Well, there were a lot of hot shots last night from all these players, and the goalies, I guarantee you, they took it on. I guarantee you that.
It's easy to see, Phil, why these 2 teams are at the top of the standings. There's some talent out there on the field, for sure. Celea with some good footwork to get away from the defender. Moran giving chase. Now Chavez. We've got a whistle back near the goal, and that's going to go against the Bombers. Jockeying for position was Ricardo Macias. Gets called for the foul.
Different lead referee tonight than last night.
Winding our way through the first quarter. All even at 1 so far. Leon works it down to Caros. Am I saying that name right, Phil? Aliro Caros.
Caros. Yep.
C-A-R-R-O-Z.
Yep. First name is Alidio.
Here's Leon. He'll shoot it. Blocked away by Treviso. Players quickly closing on the ball. The whistle came definitely before the shot, and the foul's going to be called on Orlando. Arguing is Salba, but he won't win that argument.
Fortunate whistle right there for the Bombers.
Bombers a little fortunate there. I don't know why the home fans are booing. They got the benefit of the call that time.
That's for sure.
Booing, I guess, Soros as he complained about it, but 2.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. What a great battle so far. Not much separating these two at the moment. Macias goes to Mitchell. Mitchell ahead to Reyes. Oh, sorry, Celaya off the glass. Reyes then with the follow, but it goes high and out of play.
Reyes had one of those last night where it went high above. He had sort of an open shot, and it went way high, and this one does too. 1-1, 2:05 to go here in quarter number 1.
Tobias fighting for the ball. He's had a quiet first quarter, not a whole lot of touches. That's good for the Bombers. What'd you say, Phil? Over 30 goals on the year?
32 to be exact, 3 last night.
He is a big-time scorer. Here's Leon with the shot. Deflected, and finally sending it away for the Bombers was Canez. They can control it. They do to Mitchell, but he kind of overran the ball. And so Orlando will recover it. And we'll go back the other way.
Hector Medina puts it back, and they'll set up their offense once again.
Here's side. Vargas on the move. Looking for Tobias. Good steal by the Bombers. Here's Celaya on a breakaway. And the shot, and then the header by Celaya. That is nicely done. Great teamwork by Jose Lopez and M. Celaya. And it is a goal for the Bombers with 1:03 to play in the first.
11th goal of the year for Emmanuel Celaya.
And as you said, 3 last night, and boy, he is off to a great start this evening.
So Amarillo has its first lead so far, 2-1. By the way, next game for the Bombers will be 2 weeks from tonight at Boulder.
Going quickly, the counter attack by Orlando, and that shot just wide. Coming away with it for the Bombers is Kiki Canez. Gets it to Reyes. Works through traffic and drops it back. Miller will play the far side. 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. You see it counting down on your screen. As the Bombers have the lead now, if they can hold on to it before the quarter ends. Miller sends that one around. Players colliding on the far side, and foul whistled on the Bombers with 21 seconds left.
I think the player that went down was Stephen McGinn. He wore number 92 last night, 9 tonight. "15 seconds
And again, a whistle away from the foul. That's going to be a penalty on the Bombers. Abel Olivas, and wow, he is not exactly exiting as he stood over the Orlando player. Oh, we got some more shoving.
Adrian Miller knocked down somebody.
This one getting a little out of hand.
I have a feeling we're going to have a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties coming up against the Bombers.
I'm not sure what riled Abel Olivas so, but again, he made a point to stand over the opponent and kind of shoved him a little bit with his foot.
Like he's holding his nose, like he got bopped in the nose or something.
Something, yeah, up on his face. That may have been kind of a kick by Olivas. And another Orlando player struggling to get up. That's Ramos.
The first one that went down was Charlie Vargas.
Yeah, it does look like they're working on his nose a little. Well, let's sort it all out. Wow, what a crazy finish to the first quarter.
Still got 14.9 seconds left.
Abel Olivas is still pleading his case as he goes to the sideline in the penalty box. We saw the blue card come out for Olivas, and then they may have given him a yellow after the extracurricular activity. And hopefully they won't call anything on Adrian Miller for his shove of a player.
Well, that probably deserves one, to be very honest with you. You just can't do that, except in WWE, of course. Oh, and by the way, did you notice that Dory Funk Jr. celebrated his 85th birthday? And if you have any wrestling fans around the area, and especially back in Orlando, Dory Funk Jr., part of the great Funk wrestling family here in Amarillo.
Turned how old?
85.
Man.
Yeah, I've had a chance to be around the Funks for a long time. Of course, his younger brother Terry, and they all played football at WT back in the 60s under the legendary Joe Kerbel. That had people like Mercury Morris. If you people down in Florida, Orlando remember him, the undefeated.
Oh, that's going to be a red card.
Ooh.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Phil.
No, I'm glad you did.
And that's Adrian Miller. And so he is done. And, you know, the referees, they've got to give out some stiff penalties here because you want to not let things get out of hand here. And, boy, it kind of erupted in a hurry.
Well, there was some talking done last night, I will tell you that.
Well, but as you said, you've just got to keep your emotions in check, no matter what happened.
And what that means is Adrian Miller is done for the game.
Well, and Abel Olivas is following him. He may have gotten a red card as well.
If that's the case, that is two very important players.
Boy, that'll, change the looks of things, especially with Miller's absence. So see if the Bombers can overcome that. 14.9 seconds. 2-1 Bombers, but again, tempers flaring late here in this first quarter. No. So we go back to play now to wrap up the first period.
Well, and this will be...
it'll be a penalty kick for Tobias. And again, hopefully the officials got the message across. Tobias against Fredo Chavez in goal for the Bombers. And he drills it. Hard hard to defend that powerful of a kick, and we're even at 2. 14.9 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
Well, all of a sudden, a 2-1 deficit has been tied up, and just have to see how the overflow goes here into the second quarter. I think Orlando was a little, they were tired last night, to be honest. When you van up from Dallas, makes it a little bit difficult, and we'll see what happens. But now the Bombers, too short now on the team. We'll have to really maybe slow it down a little bit and try to get into some scoring situations. Now Tobias calls time, wants to talk to the referee.
Yeah, we still haven't. Chad Webb asking the official a question.
I think Tobias is saying somebody, one or two, ought to be in the penalty box, and that would really hurt after the red card were issued to Olivas and Miller. Well, folks, it's interesting indoor soccer. It's a great sport here in Amarillo, and the Amarillo Bombers right now see themselves tied up. Undefeated on the season, 6-0 and 3-0 at home.
And despite an 11-5 win over Orlando last night, it looks like it's going to be a tougher match this evening. Final seconds of the opening period. Tobias with the good touch, but the Bombers come away with it. And that will do it for the end of the first period of play. A wild one. It got wild in a hurry.
It did.
It ends up 2-2. But again, kind of the way it happened, it was a great defensive struggle through the first part of the first quarter, Phil.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the offense has finally started to get some traction.
Since Orlando is from Disney World, I mean, was this Adventureland maybe? Or
I guess so.
Like that?
Kind of seemed that way. As again, tempers flare. If you're just joining us, the Bombers just had 2 players get red cards and ejected for the game after a bit of a scuffle broke out, some shoving and some extracurricular activity, and called against the Bombers. And in addition to that, Rafa Tobias drills the penalty kick and ties it up at 2 as we go to the second quarter now.
Yeah, and surprisingly, 4 shots on goal, just like last night's game. But it's 2-2, and I got a feeling you're going to see some more stuff going on, trying to get this thing loaded up and redone on our stats. And by the way, you can follow stats, the live box score, and also watch on MLISpro.com. So if you're interested in that, that's what you do. And correction, we've got to put the PK on there, so it's actually Orlando 5-4 in shots on goal. So, and we'll get the ruling. Yep, red card, Evo Olivas and Adrian Miller.
And they do have a penalty on the board showing, well, I guess 14 seconds ran off of it. So at the end of the first half, against the Bombers, so not sure who that is that's in the penalty box.
I don't see anybody at this time. Everything is over at the bench. We'll get a shot later. Chad Webb is out there.
He's still pleading his case.
Yeah, very much so. Well, there was a deal between Olivas and I believe it's Charlie Vargas, and they both went down, and Olivas just kind of stood over Vargas, and then all of a sudden Adrian Miller got into it, somebody, and just shoved the guy down, which probably is an automatic red card anyway. I was a little surprised Olivas just didn't get an unsportsmanlike, but anyway, I think we're going to have an exciting second, third, and fourth quarter. And here comes Miller's back. He's not dressed in his white deal. He's over behind the bench talking to fans.
Yeah, if that's any indication, we are going to be in for an exciting one tonight. The score definitely indicates that, and maybe some of the other action as well.
Now Miller is over there. He was next to the owner, Dr. J.B. Parker. Now he's back with Parker. So we'll see what happens as we start quarter number 2, as we finish up our in-between quarter games.
Now they do have a player in the penalty box, and I'm assuming that's,
I think it's Victor Lopez,
yes,
the goalkeeper. Now they put another one in there. That's going to be number 6. Well, Miguel Reyes is used to being over there anyway.
He is. He knows his way to the box. So.
Yeah, he's got that same spot, leg up on.
Well, meanwhile, here we go with quarter number 2. 2:45 left to go in that penalty for the Bombers.
And it's a power play situation for Orlando, 5-on-4, I believe.
Again, that's part of probably what all the arguing was about by the Bombers. Feel like they got definitely the short end of things on all of that. So see if they can defend here on the power play. Couple of players out high, Castaneda and Diaz for the Bombers. Cañas and also Lopez, the other players, back for Amarillo.
Montelara's is the one that fell to the ground, just a whistle. It'll be a free kick for Orlando.
Bombers kind of feel like all the calls are working against them here. That's off the top post by Tobias.
Now you see how strong his leg is.
Chavez brings that to the near side. Bombers can't clear it away completely. Fredo out of goal again. Has to hustle back in. Taking some time off. 1:35 left in the penalty.
Yeah, he can't worry about offense. He's got to be total defense right now. Orlando
closing in. Tobias gets it right through the legs of Fredo Chavez for the goal.
Well, that guy's got a strong leg.
He really does. And Fredo just a hair late getting there, and it was just enough of an opening for Rafa Tobias to put it past him. So Orlando takes the 3-2 lead, 13:36 to play in quarter number 2.
Well, in the last minute and a half, a couple of goals by Orlando, one a penalty kick and a power play goal, both by Tobias, has given them a 3-2 lead, 13:36 to go in the third.
And still a minute 20 or so left to go in the penalty to the Bombers, against the Bombers. Here is Celaya on the move. Step over, and the shot goes wide. Mitchell gives chase. Can't get it past Orlando, though, and so we go back the other way with 1 minute left in the penalty. Bombers still a man down. Here's Tobias. Got to watch him again. Chavez blocks that shot and tries to clear it. It's deflected. The shot was taken by Charlie Vargas.
And this is where you really miss Adrian Miller because of his great defensive skills. Without him there and, you know, the type of leadership that he has, this makes it very difficult.
.35 seconds to go in the penalty as Celaya tries to work out of the double team. Cannot. He was just basically trying to take some time off the clock as well. Did that. 20 seconds to go in the man advantage. Orlando not in too big a hurry. Down to 10 seconds. Thought he might take the shot there, did not. Penalty is over. Reyes sprints onto the field for the Bombers. Mitchell deflects that away. Nice touch that time by the Orlando's Ramos. And that gives them the possession. 11:45 to play in the second quarter. Leon just waiting near midfield. Sends it across the field. That's deflected by Mitchell. Off the boards to the middle. That's a good kick out there by the Bombers. But Orlando fighting for the ball. Finally, Amarillo comes away with it. Chavez sends it to Mitchell. And he will slow it down. Couple of changes. Back in for the Bombers is Lopez. Here's Cañez.
Well, the one thing Bombers don't want to do here is give up an easy goal, so they're going to have to really get their offense ready and make sure Chavez gets back in case he needs to get back to defend that goal.
Errant pass there. Scary moment for the Bombers. They'll still control it though. Cañez back to Chavez. Luis Esteban Rodriguez in for the Bombers. Nice move around the defender. Leon with the save on the shot by Castaneda. Bombers hold on to the possession. And Rodriguez will drop it back. We added Rodriguez to the end of his name tonight, Luis Esteban.
Yeah, he likes Luis Esteban Rodriguez. There's a high shot. Go over to Orlando. And I asked him, I said, what do you want to be called? And he said, Luis Esteban Rodriguez. And I said, yes, sir.
Well, we've got Kleber Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So now we've got another Rodriguez on
Can't
the
grab
team.
with a man that's got 6 goals and 4 assists on the season.
We'll call you whatever, as long as you're scoring goals like that.
That's for sure. Well, this Tobias is such a tough player. He's strong, he's big, and he looks experienced.
Yeah, he's good, no doubt. Lopez with it for Amarillo with 9 minutes to play in this second quarter. Bombers down a goal at home against the top team in the league. That is a beauty, and Kleber Rodriguez with the finish.
Celaya again.
Celaya, not Rodriguez. That's 95. This is 99. And that was another beauty.
Second goal of the night for Celaya and number 12 on the season.
And I think Treviso got the assist on that goal. He had just come onto the field, and so we're tied up at 3 apiece. So Celaya definitely the scoring threat so far for the Bombers, both last night and tonight. Was Treviso on the assist?
Was Treviso, you had it correct.
Well, I missed the goal
Doesn't
scorer.
surprise me because you can see better than I do.
I missed the goal scorer, but I got the assist guy. So
we're a team. We work together.
That's right. We cover for each other.
There's Reyes and Mitchell trying to get the ball loose down in the right corner.
Again, the poor referee can't get out of the way. Bombers on the attack. Here's Reyes ahead for Mitchell. And he scores!
Oh, wow. What a goal by Darren Mitchell.
Boy, I was just about to say Sirizotti with some pretty good defense defense, but it didn't matter.
Fourth goal of the year for Mitchell, and how about that fourth goal of the year gives the Bombers a 4-3 lead. What a comeback.
Two quick ones here for the Bombers now as we hit the midway point of the second quarter. And a surge here by Amarillo midway through this period.
44 seconds in between goals, and I think Treviso will also get that assist.
That's how quickly things can change. See if the Bombers can keep Orlando on their heels. Boy, a good turn away there by the Bombers. Diaz.
Well, for some reason they gave it to Reyes on the assist.
All right, so Miguel Reyes rather than Treviso on the assist on the goal. But the Bombers have the lead. Orlando now trying to come from behind again. They've been back and forth this whole match. Leon with the shot high off the glass.
And the Bombers doing this without the ejected Olivas and Miller.
Here's Canez. Canez comes near side. Oh, the shot just missed by Rodriguez. Just a little bit on the near side, and that one's going to be a foul on Moran, it looks like, for Orlando. Allen Edmondson puts the hand up. Unfortunately, the Bomber player still down. That's Miguel Angel Diaz. And good sportsmanship there, though, by Allen Moran. And acknowledging that is Diaz. It's good to see after we've had tempers already flare in this one.
Diaz, the aforementioned slightly injured Bomber.
But doesn't have to exit the game, stays in. Diaz with it on the far side of the field. Lopez will drop it right back to him. Good movement again by the Bombers. So they look for an opening.
Now, I know why they wear shin guards. The soccer shoe is a little bit heavier leather, isn't it? As opposed to like a tennis shoe.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason they call it a boot.
Mitchell looked inside, keeps it on the outside.
Under 6 to go here in the half.
Chavez comes up now near midfield as the Bombers press the offense forward. Diaz looking, goes to Chavez, sends it in. Celaya couldn't keep it, and the takeaway by Montelaria. And now Orlando with a 2-on-1. Little shove from behind, and let's see what the call is. It's going to go against the Bombers.
Oh, man, I thought that was a pretty good tackle there. Got an injured player down. And they're calling for the medical staff. I think that's Charlie Vargas. Yeah, it is.
He finally struggles to his feet. That's good to see.
Diaz goes out.
So we are back to play now with Orlando in possession. Just over 5 minutes left, and a near takeaway by Reyes, and then the whistle and the foul on McGinn of Orlando. Reyes wanting more than just a free kick here.
That's the reason they wear those shin guards, folks.
And again, the Bombers really pleading their case of how they feel like Orlando has the officials haven't been quite as tough on them as what they have been on the Bombers. Put it that way. And a near steal, and it is a takeaway. But quickly recovering the Bombers. And
Kiki Canes with a nice takeaway.
Yeah, but he gives it right back. Here is Tobias. And there's a collision. Bombers player down. That was Salea. No call, so we play on as we hit the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, I think they need to just quit worrying about and looking to the referee. It's like an NBA game. They think they're fouled on every shot.
Yeah, you gotta stay with it and keep your focus. Orlando sends that one in, popped high into the air, and the Bombers will get it back to Fredo.
Good move that time by Kiki Canes. Jose Lopez now in control. He's got Chavez on the opposite end of the field on the other side. Make a player change. I guess you could call it a line change, but this ain't hockey, is it?
Same deal, though.
Yeah.
Bombers on the attack, looking for the opening. Tried to slide that through. That was Rodriguez. Bombers recover, though. Near side, Luis Esteban Rodriguez. Macias into the corner. Kleber Rodriguez giving chase. Gets it now. Puts that out in front. Nobody home in front of the goal. We'll get a whistle. That's going to go against the Bombers.
Kleber Rodriguez not especially happy as he screamed out. Giving the ball over to Orlando. They'll make several player changes.
That's going to be a handball call on the Bombers. Again, it's all going against Amarillo right now, or it seems that way. As Castaneda.
Just one of those things you can't do.
No. And I thought it was clearly a handball as well. So they didn't argue much on that one. It's pretty obvious. There's a shot taken that's just high. Number 6 for Orlando.
You ready for this one? Gianpaolo Cirazate. Hey. Yeah, I talked to him last night, and I did my best Italian accent for him. And he liked it.
Are you sure?
He was being nice.
Okay, there you go. We got a timeout on the field, 3:19 to play in the second quarter. In an eventful first half, 43 Bombers on top.
Yeah, it was 2-2 at the end of the first quarter, and that's where all the action happened with 14.9 seconds to go. A couple of players received red cards, Abel Olivas and Adrian Miller, so they were gone. The penalty kick by Tobias tied it up at 2-2, and then early on had a power play goal with 13:36 to go in the second quarter, made it 3-2, and then the Bombers come back with 2 big goals by Salea and Mitchell at the 8:50 and 8:06 mark, and right now the Bombers leading it by a score of 4-3. All right, who you got tomorrow, Seahawks or the Patriots?
Oh, did they play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the 60th anniversary of the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm not sure how anybody can pick against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some that will, but I'm going along with the rest of the crowd. I think their defense is just too good.
Well, I think what's so interesting, Sam Darnold, this is his 5th team playing for, and he plays in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Super Bowl I, which wasn't that called back then. It was the AFL NFL championship, and of course the Packers won there. The Cowboys had a chance to make it in there and didn't do it, but got a couple of great players. I always remember Donnie Anderson from Stinnett, Texas, north of Amarillo, out of Texas Tech, played for the Green Bay Packers. And Bart Starr was there, and Max McGee, who may have been out the night before having a good time. caught a couple of touchdown passes.
So we go back to play after the timeout.
And Super Bowl trivia.
And Super Bowl trivia.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I can remember that. I can't remember yesterday, but I remember 60 years ago.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Kanye's near side ball for Castaneda. And Chavez taking a little time off the clock here. So we near the end of the first half.
Well, they'd like to get a 2-goal advantage here at the end of the first half, and they're going to really work hard on it.
That would be big. Not a lot of margin between these two teams in this first half. It's been very, very close and back and forth. Bombers led early. Orlando came back to take the lead. Now Amarillo in front by a goal. As Chavez, Castaneda continue to go back and forth on the outside. And Carlos having to chase.
2 minutes left.
Macias lost that one, taken away by Moran, and he'll shoot it wide. And the Bombers try to counter. Canes comes away with it, but Finn can't catch up to it. So with a minute and a half left, another chance here for Orlando.
Hector Medina will now try to set it up, gets it over to Leon, the goalkeeper.
Near takeaway by Lopez of the Bombers, and he finally does get it off the boards. Moran with it. And now again, 1 minute left to go in the first half. Bombers trying to keep Orlando off the board. And maybe get another goal themselves to push the margin to 2. But right now it's Orlando with 45 seconds left. And Leon takes the shot. Chavez turns it away. Bombers try to counter now. Here's Rodriguez on the move. And he scores!
A big goal by Luis Esteban Rodriguez.
From distance, he puts it in. That is what you call a great fast break.
7th goal of the year.
The transition game working for the Bombers.
You know who I was a little surprised I didn't see in for Orlando during that sequence? Tobias. He wasn't there.
He back now, but needed a break, I guess. 36 seconds left to play in the first half. And the Bombers get that 2-goal cushion.
It's a resilient group right now.
And nothing has come easy for either team in this first half. Tobias looking for it. He's got it, but couldn't get a clean shot away. Now Mitchell tries to counter for the Bombers. Sends it in, and Salea tripped up. Almost couldn't keep his feet. Another takeaway for the Bombers. Here's Lopez, blocked away by Tobias. And we've got a whistle and a foul on the Bombers. And it's a blue card as well. So the penalty coming up against Amarillo. I'm not sure who. I think it was Cañez who got the foul and the blue card. Yep, Kiki Cañez going to the penalty box for 6.3 seconds of this second quarter. And then that'll carry over to the third period after the halftime break. Bombers pleading their case, but it's not going to work, I don't think.
Mitchell, now he's pulled back by Reyes.
Of all people.
Yeah. Reyes, the peacemaker. Well, right now, keep your head. You got 6.3 seconds to go.
Exactly.
You're still going to have a power play starting in the third quarter.
Boy, Darren Mitchell is just as hot as he can be.
Yeah. Now McGinn goes over.
Yeah. Nice job.
Excuse me, Sirazade.
To try to calm him down a little bit. All right, final 5 seconds here. Sirazade will shoot it. Oh, he had a man inside. That was Charlie Vargas looming near the goal. And I think
Jose Lopez got a boot on it also.
And apparently before time expired. So we'll get a corner kick here for Orlando with, well, we don't know how much time's left. Our clock says 0. And so does the stadium clock. It'll be Tobias lining it up in the corner.
2 seconds.
0.2 of a second put back on the clock.
This is like in basketball. You got to just catch and shoot, I guess.
Yeah, just kick for the goal right here. And that'll do it. Don't think they started the clock too promptly, but nonetheless, Bombers able to turn it away. Wow, what a great first half of action here in Amarillo tonight. And the top 2 teams in the South Division battling it out. It's the Bombers 5 and Orlando 3 here at halftime. And boy, Phil, 11-5 last night. A Bombers win, and nothing easy tonight in this one.
And Orlando got within a goal 2 times, once in the first half, once in the third quarter, and then the Bombers really got things going. Bombers still without the very important Adrian Miller and Abel Olivas. They were ejected late in these first quarter for what they call violent conduct or serious foul play. So that's the official deal.
In other words.
In other words, they were being bad boys.
And
is what they were doing.
got the red card, so they're out.
So they're gone. So anyway, now we see Adrian Miller talking to the team. They haven't gone back to the locker room yet, and I think that's very important that Miller is out there explaining stuff to these guys in their native language and really getting on them at this point. Boy, he's expressive. All
Interesting.
Right. We're going to take our halftime break. You'll see all the activities out on the floor, and we'll be back. Halftime score, the Bombers 5, Orlando 3, MLIS Soccer. welcome back. Get ready for the third quarter of action. And Mike, I think we haven't decided this game yet.
No.
And we haven't decided other things that are going on. It's been a wild and crazy one.
It has been kind of a fun first half. There's been some great action on the field. Then there's been some extracurricular activity and some ejections and a lot of penalties and
some pretty good goals too.
And some pretty good goals, yeah. And then we'll have the rest of the Kiki Canez penalty coming up, which has 1:54 left in it as we start this third period. So the Bombers will be a man down to start the third quarter, but have a two-goal lead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been, again, as I said earlier, nothing has come easy for either club this evening.
Orlando will go left to right, and the Bombers right to left as we start our third quarter.
Top two teams in the MLIS South Division squaring off this weekend. Last night, the Bombers here at home defeating Orlando 11-5. Right now, it's 5-3 in favor of the Bombers as we get going here in this third quarter.
Still haven't found out what Canez was ticketed for, so that is not on there as of yet on the website.
But it did cost him a couple of minutes, so down to 1:20 now to go in the penalty. Bombers a man short. And it's a power play opportunity for Orlando, and boy, they would love nothing better than to take advantage of this and get a quick goal to start this third quarter.
Oh,
there's a nice takeaway for the Bombers, and still heading back the other way is Jose Lopez. But finally, it's taken back by Orlando.
55 seconds left on the penalty.
So far, no shots taken in this penalty by Orlando. Well, other than the last 6 seconds of the first half. Good move there. They'll get it to Tobias, and he goes high with that left foot. That was a nice ball, though, by Montelares across the field, and Tobias had a pretty good look at it, but sent it high. Under 30 seconds to go in the penalty now. Bombers try to play keep away, and they do a pretty good job of it.
By the way, in the battle of unbeatens in the North, Toronto in the fourth quarter is leading Cleveland 6-5.
So big match there, and a big one here. Of course, the Amarillo Bombers, the defending league champions from a year ago. And Tobias gets the shove from behind by Diaz of the Bombers. And that will take the final seconds off the board, and so the penalty the Bombers able to keep Orlando off the board.
I think Tobias also sold that particular knockdown. Little foul.
That never hurts.
No, doesn't. But they have a free kick from the left side.
Well, anytime Rafa Tobias is kicking, you know he's a threat to score. Off the wall and blocked away by the Bombers.
Right off the shoulder of Luis Esteban Rodriguez.
Yeah, he had to shake his arm a little bit to get the circulation going again after that.
13 minutes to go here in the third. 5-3 Bombers.
Back to full strength here for Amarillo. Bombers trying to play quickly and hit the wall, so that's going to go back to Orlando, I guess. Can't see, it's right down below us.
Andres Huerfano is number 20 out there. He was the one that had it. By the way, there is a Huerfano County in Colorado. Did everybody know that?
Everybody but me, probably.
And our folks in Florida.
No scoring so far here in the third quarter. It looks a whole lot like the way the match started. It was dominated by the defenses until about midway through the first quarter. We got our first goal. Leon trying to decide where to put that. Goes to Ruiz for Orlando.
Oh, we sent some good ground shots by our cameraman.
Yeah, I like those low shots like that.
Got a good group. Takes over production here, led by Jarrell Simpson.
Good defense by the Bombers so far. Trying to get it in deep to Moran. Can't get away from Canez, though. Orlando being patient. Well, they were until that one.
Yeah, high above the goal by Jorge Ruiz. Yeah, I told Jarrell last night, he's got enough good equipment over here. I think he could launch a rocket for NASA, I think. So.
Better talk to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Might be in for a job there.
Hey.
Now, we need him here in Amarillo, so let's keep him.
That's for sure.
All right, Bombers now with the possession. See if they can keep it as long as Orlando did. Ricardo Macias in for the Bombers. He had a goal and an assist last night. He takes the pass from Fredo. Newcomer on the Bombers team. Know where they find these players. They make immediate impacts usually, though. And he did. Up. Almost a takeaway as Moran nearly stole it. Bombers able to keep it, though. Alan Moran slapping his hands. He know he came close to getting that one and might have had a breakaway goal. Celaya right in the middle for the Bombers as we hit the 10-minute mark to go in this third quarter. Macias will play it back to Fredo. Gets it back, sends it down the near side. Celaya fighting for it.
Third quarter score, Chicago leading Fort Wayne 7-3.
Well, I said let's see if the Bombers can keep the possession as long as Orlando had, and right now they're doing it.
Well, and I think what they want to do is also conserve, since they're down two players with Olivas and Miller, so they've got to extend their offensive set patterns, or set pieces is the proper name of it.
And really causing Orlando to run and expend a whole lot of energy. That's a great ball. And let's see what the call is going to be. Is that Kleber Rodriguez? It is. He was in great position. I didn't see who kicked it from back here, Phil, but that was right over the top of the defender. And the chest bumped by Rodriguez, but he's called for the foul. It'll go back to Orlando.
Vargas down with the ball.
And the takeaway by Mitchell of the Bombers. Nicely done. Fredo gets it ahead. David Treviso in. He'll drop it back. Well, this is, again, definitely taking a lot of time off the clock. There's a shot taken from outside by Esteban Rodriguez. Orlando able to get the carom.
Came off the knees of Marcos Soma there. And now Vargas with it.
Leon up near the 20-yard line. They've got a system to cover if the ball goes awry. Here is Leon. He will shoot. Turned away by Fredo Chavez. A great save. That's goalkeeper against goalkeeper. And a turnover by the Bombers, but Treviso recovers. Well, that was close. Hector Medina very nearly had a shot. Medina still fighting for it for Orlando. Getting some help now from Soma.
Good job of keeping it in by the Orlando team.
And it'll go against Orlando, so the Bombers will get it back. Another line change for Amarillo.
Just now noticed across the way, and we'll get to that in just a second.
Diaz with it for the Bombers. Some contact there with Caras. No scoring here in this third quarter. Bombers wanted a handball call. Finally, the whistle is given.
And I think Orlando's saying the same thing against the Bombers. There are protestations over there on their bench.
So the kick for Amarillo now. Send it in to Reyes. Little give and go. Too much traffic, though, out in front for Macias.
Alan Moran gets it back, and he'll go down deep inside the arc. This will be Cruz. Kind of sets up everything on the outside on their offense. Much of last night, just like tonight.
Finally, Moran comes high to take it, but has to kick it right back out. A lot of motion, but no opening so far for Orlando.
Bombers really playing some good defense down low. They're marking them.
That's off the boards. Nicely done, but still no call as Orlando wanted a handball call.
Oh, nice move by Reyes.
Reyes off the boards, but the takeaway by Orlando until the slide. And they're going to call that against Macias. And another Orlando player down.
He's saying he's motioning with his hands. I think he's talking about his knee. A yellow card comes out.
And the Orlando player arguing and getting the card is Montelares, and he gets a blue card. And will have to go sit for 2 minutes. Well, this has been a wild one tonight.
It has.
Is a full moon out or what? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, it's pre-Super Bowl.
Oh,
everybody goes crazy.
Super Bowl Eve, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they're bringing out some medical staff. By the way, also Pittsburgh leading Lansing in the third. That's over in the Northern Division tonight. And again, you can get all these things. Actually, it's 13-6 now. Pittsburgh, Bridge City FC over the Lansing Red Cedar early in the fourth quarter, 13-6. And it's all on MLISpro.com. And again, remember the Bombers without two very important pieces on the team, Abel Olivas and Adrian Miller were ejected from the game late in that first quarter. And then the PK tied it up at 2-all. And the Bombers trying to hang on here. And the medical staff of the Bombers out there is, I think he was pointing to his leg or knee or something.
Looks like they're working on his ankle primarily. He's in some pain, that's for sure. Still can't tell who it is, though. It's been a physical match. We've had several stoppages of players being shaken up. Not able to put much weight on that ankle. Training staff helping the player off at the moment.
Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Chicago Mustangs over Fort Wayne Summit City Sentinels 7-5. Let's see if we can get you an update on that undefeated battle at Toronto tonight. Both teams 6-0. And we've got a final score. The Toronto Canadian Cruisers defeat the Cleveland Crunch 7-5. So first loss of the season for Cleveland. And Toronto Canadian Crusaders 7-0.
Charlie Vargas, the player injured for Orlando. He's been on the turf a few times tonight. But this one looks a little more severe. He was having trouble putting weight on his right foot or right ankle.
So we got players in the penalty box on both teams. Still remain
Ricardo Macias is who got the penalty for the Bombers.
Yep, it's 5-on-4. It's a power play opportunity. So I think what it is, probably unsportsmanlike on Orlando, which means you don't lose a player, but 2 minutes on Macias, and you do lose a player.
Yeah, Montaler is the one who got the 5-minute penalty for Orlando. So after all of that, we go back to play. Again, power play chance here for Orlando, down by 2 goals, but a chance to cut into that here. Unless the Bombers can play some great defense, as they have been so far here in this quarter. Oh, nice job on the backside by number 24, Jose Lopez. Actually got the kick save rather than Chavez. That's a heads-up play by your defender to help out your goalkeeper. That was not a bad shot. Here's another one. And in front, Moran able to get the rebound off the Chavez save and put it in. So Alan Moran with the goal for Orlando cuts the lead in half.
4:38 left in the third quarter, and the lead is 5-4 Bombers.
Took a while to get that first goal here in this third quarter.
Well, it evens up now after the power play goal. Bombers would like to get one here late in the third to take a 2-goal lead going into the fourth.
Again, there just hasn't been much separating the two teams tonight. This has been a close one and a hard-fought battle. Here's Chavez up high. That ball nearly taken away, and and then the push from behind by Moran.
Knocked down Celaya, and of course he protests also. And I think the Amarillo fans want a blue card against him.
I'm not sure how you can protest that call. I mean, if you're not making contact with the ball and you knock the player down, I mean, I know you can have some of that, but that one was pretty clear, I think. Kleber Rodriguez maneuvering. Goes back outside. Ball to the near side to Esteban Rodriguez. He's loose now, but plays far side for Canez. That's a shot taken, and Leon with the save.
Kiki Canez with a hot shot from the right side. He'll get the corner kick. Oh, there's a great shot right there.
Bombers wanted the handball, don't get that call. Mitchell comes up to keep the possession. Canez will drop it back.
Canez goes out.
Esteban Rodriguez, and we've got a whistle away from the ball. Kleber Rodriguez not happy about something. He's called for the infraction.
Jose Lopez is back in. I think Miguel Reyes has just come back in. It's kind of the heart and soul besides Fredo out there on the court, or the field rather.
Where's the captain's armband?
Mm-hmm.
Not much offense, a lot of defense. Well, there's Leon with some offense of his own. And that ties it.
I think Fredo said, I need better defense in front of me, guys.
Leon just reared back and took it and fired it in. We've seen him come close on a couple of other occasions on that same shot.
And we are tied at 5 with 3:07 to go here in the third.
Well, disappointing for the Bombers. They had played even and not given up any goals in this third quarter. Had a 2-goal lead, but not anymore. Still 2:50 left to go in the 5-minute penalty against Montelares.
Cirazzotti gets the assist.
Reyes thought he was roughed up a little bit too much. Complains to the official. Leon creeping up again, out of goal. Moves it forward. Down to a couple of minutes to play here in quarter number 3 in a tie match. Top 2 teams in the South Division. Cruz sends it to Leon. Tobias on the left side. He gets the pass now.
And you know they want to work him into the offense right here. That strong boot of his.
Trying to spread the defense and find the opening. Ruiz sends it in finally. Well, they had a player back there. That shot taken. No good by Caraz. Down to the final minute of the third quarter now.
Nice leg save down low by Macias.
Bombers really back on their heels a little bit here. They've given up 2 straight goals, and Orlando threatening to make it 3 in a row in this final minute of the third quarter. Now Leon, he's loose, he shoots, and that's out of play.
43.8 seconds to go.
That's a big stop there by the Bombers to try to not give up another goal here in this third quarter. Maybe even get one of their own before they break.
Chavez setting it up.
Very similar styles with these two teams. That went off the glass. Celaya was in the middle, couldn't get the carom. Shot by Canez, turned away by Leon. Canez gets it back, 4 seconds left. Gonna have to shoot it. Moran there to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. And that's the end of the third quarter in quite a defensive battle. But Orlando with 2 goals to tie it heading to the final period, Phil. And we thought we might be in for a great finish, and well, it doesn't get any closer than what we've got right now.
5-5 going into the fourth quarter, so it's going to be a little crazy going out. And again, the Bombers down 2 with Adrian Miller and Abel Olivas ejected in near the end of the first quarter of action. So, and we'll be back. Let you take a look at the action down on the field, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter here in just a moment. Well, we welcome you back to the Amarillo Civic Center, Cal Pilot Coliseum in Amarillo, Texas. We head to the fourth quarter of action. 5-all between Orlando Atlético Pro FC and the Amarillo Bombers. And usually the Bombers have more shots on goal than the other team. Tonight it's tied 13-13. 5-4 Orlando in the first, 5-2 Bombers in the second, 6-4 Orlando in the third. Very unusual. So a good defense being played not only by the Bombers, but also Orlando.
Yeah, that's some interesting stats. As you said, Bombers almost always able to outshoot their opponents, but this is not your typical opponent. It's the leader in the South Division based on points, as Kleber Rodriguez is called for the foul. Starting quarter number 4.
And whoever scores the first goal in this fourth quarter very well could wind up the winner.
Yeah, this is kind of a crucial period, a crucial part of the fourth quarter for both teams. You don't want to have to fight from behind. Tobias looking for a call there. And says something from across the field to the official. Bombers get it. In the corner, the shot deflected away. Lopez had a good look at that one.
And Mitchell was right there to take it off the rebound or the pass to put it in.
Treviso back on now. He'll get it to Jose Lopez. Back to David Treviso. Gets around Tobias. And Tobias punches that one down the field with his foot.
Hey, Tobias, not only a good offensive player, he shows very good instincts on defense too.
Lopez lurking. Rodriguez back to Lopez. That's blocked away. Esteban Rodriguez also in there. Treviso with a nice move, but also good defending on the far side. I think that was Andres Huerfano with the nice defensive stop.
And we got the kids going down behind the Orlando goal, as is always the case in the fourth quarter. Give a little extra defense back there.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, behind the goal in basketball when the free throws are shot.
It's true.
Here's Leon. being harassed by Esteban Rodriguez, and the Bombers come away with it. Anticipating that was McKinn. He was back in goal, and he'll bring it down the field. 12.5 minutes to play in the fourth in a tie game. Leon on the attack. Moran was there. It's knocked away, and Canez is down for the Bombers. And we've got a stoppage. It's going to be a blue card on Alan Moran of Orlando. That'll cost him 2 minutes. Good job to go help up Kiki Canez.
Well, some good sportsmanship there by Moran. He went over and gave a nice friendly hug to our player. And so he goes in the penalty box for 2 minutes. First power play tonight for the Bombers.
And a big opportunity to get back in front. See if they can take advantage of it.
Well, 2 power play goals tonight by Orlando, and now the Bombers looking for their first.
Here's Jose Lopez working outside along with Miguel Diaz. Esteban Rodriguez runs that down in the bright neon yellow shoes. Must be a new pair. You can see those things from outside.
Well, that's for sure.
Diaz goes back to Esteban Rodriguez. Down near side for Lopez. Trying to get it inside. They do. And then Lopez will take it. Blocked away nicely.
Boy, that was a big play right there.
I don't know how they just popped back up after that ball hits them like that. Shirazade with that block. That one's taken by Esteban Rodriguez. Blocked away again. Down to 45 seconds left to go in the penalty for the Bombers. That one's blocked as well.
That was Jorge Ruiz that took the brunt of that boot.
Coming up on 30 seconds left to go in the power play for the Bombers. Lopez sends it high just off the near post.
Tobias comes in quickly off the bench, gets position, and then he'll put it way up high.
Oh, he was looking, they were looking for a shorthanded goal there, and he's also looking for a foul call on Miguel Diaz. That does not happen.
And he goes right back, came on, goes right back off.
Final 18 seconds of this power play for the Bombers. Maybe he can get one more shot here. Diaz, 6 seconds left. To Rodriguez. Now in the corner, the shot and the goal! How about that? Oh no, it wasn't in. Beg your pardon. So the team's back at full strength now. Wow, I sure thought it went in.
It looked like it.
That's how fast the ball is moving. My apologies. Got a little ahead of myself there. And that'll be a foul on Miguel Reyes.
And again, another Orlando player is down for a little bit. 9:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Nothing decided. It is 5-all.
So great job by Orlando to kill off that 2-minute penalty and keep the Bombers off the scoreboard. That may be big as we head down the stretch. We'll see.
You know, despite all the trash talking and other things, Kleber Rodriguez helps the injured player up. So give him credit for that.
Orlando with the possession. Just under 10 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. Trying to break the 5-all tie now after the Bombers had their chance but couldn't get it done. Flip to Leon. Kleber trying to wrestle it away from him and gets a little help from Castaneda. The Bombers do come away with it. Here's Darren Mitchell to Chavez. Darren Mitchell on the move. Sends it ahead to Treviso. Treviso almost got loose again. The defense by Eduardo Cruz, pretty good by Orlando. Tobias goes down, and let's see. Call against Mitchell and the Bombers.
Right. We have a free kick coming up.
It has kind of been one of those nights where everybody's argued every call, it seems like, on both sides, really. I mean, it's not just one or the other.
Very intense action, and I guarantee you, best part of it, we're going to have a little shootout deal here.
Sure. Okay, so it was a bigger call than we thought, as Rafa Tobias against Fredo Chavez. Tobias and Chavez turns it away.
What a save.
Man, that is a huge stop by Fredo Chavez on a prolific scoring forward for Orlando. Wow, remember that one. That could be huge too.
Almost 8.5 to go here in the fourth.
We have seen some outstanding play by both of these teams tonight. And now the Bombers with the takeaway. They try it from distance as Leon had wandered up, but that'll go out.
And as we said, to get that ball out of the net, we need Wembanyama from the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, I got you. I was not following. And I thought, I'm not sure what that means, but okay, Wimby. I thought you said windy.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, the wind doesn't usually blow in here.
That's true.
So after the two-line violation, Tobias plays it for Orlando.
Here comes Leon again, getting himself involved in the offense.
Oh, that's a nice give and go. But Guerfano couldn't get the shot away. That one's off the boards. Bombers try to control it. And they wrestle for it. There's a takedown. And Orlando comes away with it. Bombers' unbeaten streak on the line here tonight in the fourth quarter, tied up with Orlando.
Under 7.5 to go.
Now Leon on the move. There's a nice sliding tackle, as the Bombers' defense has been awfully good tonight, as has Orlando's as well. A little carpet burn there for Diaz on that tackle. Diaz goes down, and let's see what the call is. And now more pushing and shoving. Here we go.
Well, he took a dive there, but he got knocked down by his own player.
Yeah, that really was nothing that the Bombers instigated there, at least on the pushing and shoving.
Number 22, Pedro Castaneda, will go out, as will number 21, Richard Macias.
And that's going to be a red card. I think that's a good call on Marcos Soma, who, as Phil said, obviously took a dive and knocked down by his own player. Might have been trying to draw a penalty against the Bombers, and people from Orlando certainly won't like that call, but you know, the way things have gone, that's not a bad one in my opinion.
Well, Sobel has been asked to go back to the locker room, or at least take his uni off.
So that is the third red card we've had tonight. 2 against the Bombers, now 1 against Orlando. He's still arguing about it, but I don't think it's going to do much good.
.6:58 to go, 5-all, and what has been, and the Bombers have not scored in the second half. Now in the fourth quarter, Bombers have 8-1 in shots, and they haven't scored.
Wow, that's quite an advantage to not be able to push one past.
Darren Mitchell having a little fun with his kids in the crowd.
Well, and he was smiling and laughing with Sirazati a few minutes ago about everything as they stayed away from the fray and watched it all go back to the bench.
Luis Esteban Rodriguez is out there. Darren Mitchell is out there. I think Miguel Reyes out, and there's Kleber Rodriguez. Oh, there's a penalty also against the Bombers.
Yeah, that win.
I'm sorry.
That win against Miguel. Well, I thought they called. Okay, I don't know. I'm confused, as is everybody else. But yeah, we've got 3 minutes on each side.
4-on-4 soccer.
3-minute penalties on each side. So each team a man down.
4-on-4 plus the goalkeeper. Excuse me, in case. Here's Cruz.
Leon with the shot wide. Tobias with the rebound.
Or the Bombers could take one way right now. The goalkeeper's out of the goal.
Well, Celaya is chasing hard to try to get that steal. There is a nice stop by Darren Mitchell, helping out Fredo Chavez in goal.
And now they'll turn the tables and head upfield.
Esteban Rodriguez back on for the Bombers. Miguel Diaz also back on the field for Amarillo. Chavez way high. Thought about the shot. Reyes will play it back. Down to 1:40 in each of the penalties as they play a man short, both teams.
Supposedly it opens up some avenues for you if you can get it in the right position.
Esteban Rodriguez forced back near midfield. Comes to the near side for Macias. Rodriguez inching forward. Trying to slip it past defenders. Now they'll go to the corner, and Reyes didn't connect cleanly on that attempt.
Good communication. Reyes told Fredo to get back in goal. And now he's wondering, can he pick it up? Long throw.
Trying to get a handle on it was Carras, but Bombers able to wrestle it back with 4.5 minutes left. Still deadlocked at 5. Esteban Rodriguez with the shot of the goal. Wow! How about that? Off the far post in, and the Bombers take the lead.
Second goal of the night for Luis Esteban Rodriguez.
That one was a banger.
And what did I say? Maybe the first one to score in this fourth period could be the winner.
Boy, that is huge, as you talked about, Phil, getting that momentum, forcing Orlando to play from behind now.
And what a stop on that shootout goal by Tobias against Fredo. That was huge.
It was a monumental effort from Chavez to be able to stop that. I mean, the odds with a scorer like Tobias, the odds are greatly in your favor on that sort of shootout. But Chavez came up with the save. Let's see now, as the Bombers have taken the lead, if they can hold on to it. That'll go over to Amarillo.
Shot by Stephen McGinn, way wide of the mark. Under 4 to play.
And both teams back at full strength. And we've got a timeout on the field. Team's going to set a little strategy here for the final 4 minutes. And it should be a frantic finish. It's been pretty frantic all the way tonight. But even more so as we go down the stretch.
And figuratively,
yes.
That's for sure. We've had 3 players ejected, 2 for the Bombers, 1 for Orlando.
Well, the fans have definitely been entertained, and you see why these two teams are leading the South Division. They are by far the best we've seen here in Amarillo this year. Orlando is. And, of course, the Bombers, the defending league champions, they're undefeated on the year. So this has been a really good battle.
Well, and the one thing about it is only the top 2 teams in each division will make the playoffs. Cleveland, Toronto, with Toronto winning tonight over Cleveland. That puts them a game ahead there in the north. And here, Orlando will still have the lead, but if the Bombers are able to pick up the victory, that would pull them, I believe, within 2 points of the South Division lead. So that's what you're looking at. And, of course, everything's going to be out in Las Vegas. And, by the way, I checked with Morgan Parker. She's the wife of owner Dr. J.B. Parker, and I asked her if she lost any money in Vegas, and she said no. And I asked her about the dock and said no comment. I don't know what that meant. So
just left it right there, didn't you?
I just said, okay, I got you. Now, there are people that are very passionate. He's an orthopedic surgeon here in Amarillo, very passionate about bringing soccer to the masses here. And I tell you, folks, you ought to come out and see it. It's an interesting game, very well played. You got some guys, a lot of them have jobs here in Amarillo, and then they come here and play soccer for a little bit of money and
a whole lot of pride.
Yeah, a lot of pride, that's for sure.
You know, one aspect to this that we haven't mentioned lately is Charlie Vargas is still out for Orlando. He went down with an injury, and he's not come back in, and doesn't look like he's going to. He's been on the sideline, and that's a big loss for Orlando. He's a good one for them. All right, back to play with 3:57 left to play in this fourth quarter. Bombers won last night, 11-5, trying to make it 2 straight over Orlando.
Let's see what Chavez, if he'll kick it or throw it, he's proficient in either manner that he gets it downfield. Looks like he's going to just set it up here on the side.
Jose Lopez back in to the contest for the Bombers, number 24.
Right now, the Bombers would like to score, but they want to choose some time off that clock.
Definitely will be very, very patient here. Well, they have to be careful of Moran chasing back. He's really speedy. And just have to be really crisp and careful with those passes, which they are doing. Lopez started forward, but will drop it back to Fredo. And now he'll come across midfield. 3:15 left.
Bombers have positioned David Treviso down inside the goal on Orlando side.
Lopez on the move. Being chased by Jorge Ruiz.
3 minutes.
Now Moran picks up the chase. And they really have no, that one a deep ball. Celaya corrals it in the corner and just tries to keep possession. Mitchell battling for it, and finally a call. Moran whistled for that foul.
So Mitchell comes out.
Free kick here for the Bombers on the near side with 2:42 to go.
They'll send it back to Chavez downfield.
Pedro Castaneda back on for the Bombers here on the near side. Kiki Canez also. Chavez gets it to Canez.
Best way to describe this, it's kind of like four corners basketball by Dean Smith at North Carolina.
Yeah, pretty much just keep away at this point. And not a lot that, Orlando can do about it, but try to force the error. Canez with some good moves there to keep the ball. Treviso gets around the defender, runs it down in the corner, and now we'll just drop it back to Fredo with 2 minutes left. Smart playing by the Bombers. And Orlando has to be getting a little tired.
And I think they have a timeout left, and they probably will go to the sixth attacker if they get it.
Treviso back to Chavez, down to 1:40 left. Chavez ahead for Treviso. Nearly stumbled and fell down. Macias runs it down in the corner. Treviso goes across the field to Lopez, or to Rodriguez. Or sorry, Castaneda. And then Reyes comes up with it, and the shot, and the goal by Ricardo Macias.
Big goal that time for the Bombers, and what? They just did a terrific job that time. And Richard Macias, newest player on the team, picks up a goal last night and a goal tonight.
Orlando just had to pressure. They didn't have any choice. And that opens up the space, and the Bombers did a great job of working it in. And Ricardo Macias got the finish. And it's 7-5 now with just a little over a minute left. And they will bring in the extra attacker here. Tobias in as well. Bombers have done a great job on him tonight. And an Orlando player on the turf, Jose Lopez.
Oh, I think
it's called for the foul.
Yeah.
Well, that's where a lot of the fouls have been called, is right there in front of the goal, that forward spot on offense.
Well, and they'll get the shootout opportunity at the top of the arc. They'll set up the three-man wall.
Not a shootout, just the free kick here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
From the top of the circle. Oh, and a good touch by Tobias on the first, when the ball first came to him. Faked out the defender, and he drills it home. And it's a one-goal game again with just under a minute left.
Well, that's the man you want to go to.
Boy, he's good.
Got 3 last night, 3 tonight.
So Bombers trying to hold on here and take both games here at home with Orlando. Oh. Fredo calling the timeout with 50.7 seconds left.
Shots on goal in the fourth quarter. The Bombers 10, Orlando 3. And Jorge Ruiz gets the assist there.
Again, kind of coming up and hitting Chavez inadvertently. Apologized for that as Fredo was trying to get the timeout called. So again, there's been some tempers flaring in this one tonight. A lot of red cards, but there's also been some good sportsmanship as well. We talk about how Adrian Miller is coaching from the sidelines since he got the red card earlier. Well, Tobias really coaching his players up in the huddle for Orlando.
Well, that's what you got to have, guys that will extend the coach's ability to talk to the players. But when you got a veteran out there, and both of these guys do look like veterans, Miller and Tobias again. So got 50.7 seconds to go, but that was really a terrific winding down of the clock on the offense by the Bombers. So Chavez will initiate with 50.7 seconds to play.
He'll throw it deep. And fighting for it is Conez. He comes away with it, gets it in the middle, and how about it? A finisher for Luis Esteban Rodriguez with 41 seconds left, and they get the goal right back.
He's got 3 tonight.
Well, it's the shoes. I'll bet you.
What a big one. 41.1 seconds. Nothing is done yet.
No, you can't relax, that's for sure. Even with a 2-goal lead and about 35 seconds left. Chavez turns that one away. Mitchell clears it for the Bombers. And then the takeaway. Conez overruns it. They fight for it. Also giving chase is Castaneda for the Bombers. Time clicking off, though, for Orlando Atlético Pro. They'll send it in. Oh, and a beautiful header goal with 5.4 seconds left.
Yeah, he was set up to the right of Fredo and just headed that ball in past him.
And the assist also. A beautiful ball in. And the goal by Andres Huerfano. Didn't see who put that ball in, but they put it right on the money. And Huerta with a great header. It's not going to matter, though. Time is going to expire, and the Bombers are going to win it.
What a game.
8-7, a thriller over Orlando. Tougher match than last night when the Bombers won 11-5. And it was a fantastic battle between these two. Fans definitely entertained here tonight. What a great contest. This is why these are the two leaders in the division.
Well, it started out with Orlando scoring 7:51 in the first quarter on a goal by Ramos. Then the Bombers tied it up a minute 12 later on a Jose Lopez goal. It made it 1-1, assist by Fredo. Then Celaya came back at the 1:03 mark, made it 2-1. And then late there was serious conduct, penalties, red cards against Adrian Miller and Evo Olivas. And a PK, penalty kick by Tobias, tied it up 2-all with 14.9 seconds to go. Coming out in the second quarter, Orlando took a 3-2 lead on a power play goal by Tobias. And then it was Celaya, Mitchell, and Esteban. Last one coming with 36.2 to go in the half. And Amarillo had a 5-3 lead. In the third quarter, Moran for the Orlando team had a power play goal at the 4:38 mark, made it 5-4 Bombers, and then they tied it up just a minute and 31 seconds later on a goalkeeper goal by Jason Leon, made it 5-5. So we came to the fourth quarter, all tied, and then the Bombers came out and got 2 goals late in the 4:19 and 1:17 to go. Esteban and Macias made it 7-5, and then Tobias comes back, gets a 6 attacker goal with 57.6 to go, 7-6, and then Esteban right after that, 41.1 seconds to go. Esteban Rodriguez made it 8-6, and then a header by Huerfano with 5.4 seconds to go, 8-7. And we'll take a look at some of the stats. Shots on goal. Bombers do it again. 11-4 in shots in the fourth quarter. 24-17 overall. in the game. So again, the Amarillo Bombers make it 7-0 on the season. They're now 2 points behind Orlando. Orlando falls to 7-4-2, and I'm not sure you can find a better soccer game than what we saw tonight.
I would agree. In fact, I was sitting here as you were going over the scoring thinking, you know, we've done this for quite a while now, for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, it seems like. And I'm not sure I've seen a better match here in Amarillo, here at home, than what we saw tonight between Orlando and the Bombers. So it was just a great competitive contest and talent all over the field. You can see it from both of these clubs. It was very, very entertaining.
Well, the Bombers will be off, I believe. I'm trying to think their next game, what I say, a couple of weeks from now, they'll go up to Boulder, I believe, to play. So that's it. Orlando, I'll have to check their schedule later for you, but the Bombers are now in second place in the South Division, 2 points behind Orlando. The great work of Jarrell Simpson and his staff for bringing the pictures to you tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I know we did.
Sure did.
And a good crowd here in Amarillo enjoyed it also. So on behalf of our play-by-play announcer, Mike Roden, I'm Phil Woodall. We want to say goodbye from Amarillo. Your final score, Bombers 8, Orlando 7. Good night.